Today is a monumentous occasion. We are going to review Doug Polk reviewing a hand at his poker room, the Texas Poker Lodge. Lodge being in the name. It's very human.
I believe is the wildest bluff in the history of poker at the Lodge.
I'm over him. We're in the same place. I'm zoomed out now.
With a $400 straddle.
Ooh.
Our commentator Slick Rick is actually talking about an upcoming event happening at
Oh wow,
Bar
Prime already.
Bistro,
We just started the video. Let's go.
We're officially going to have our first open mic night Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time. Some people are saying they think
my general business plan is basically Doug Polk but funny. So it'd be interesting to be at his sets.
Fan here. And a set for Doug, another set over set.
Why is he wearing a dad?
There's the 6 for Doug.
What's going on here?
Goodness.
Oh, it's about sets.
We'll be charging a $0 cover charge.
Wow.
So come on out this Wednesday. I'll see you there.
Wow.
Back to this hand, though, we have a
Wow.
high-stakes game brewing. $40,000 minimum buy-in, $100,000 maximum buy-in. And we look around the table, we see a lot of familiar faces. Of course, 3Coin. Been playing in a lot of high-stakes games back in this one as well. Charlie Hook, a player with several appearances
Mr.
on
Hook.
poker at the Lodge.
Got Hook him in.
One of his first big wins on the show. Terrace in seat 4, locked and loaded. Muscle Mike, repping the New York
Is
Knicks.
this still a promo? Like, what's going on? Where's the hand?
Fresh off the $1 million game.
It writes itself. It writes itself. Like,
rounding out the rest of the game.
What is this? Where's the start of the video?
And newcomer.
This is a good reminder that you can fast forward and also like, you know, like 1.7x speed, all of that things.
Figure losers, including some epic flips we'll get to in a second.
Why does Bro sound like ChatGPT? Doug, it's fine. Like,
here at 100, 200,
Doug, it's
400.
okay. It's okay. Doug.
The action kicks off with Mariano looking down at ace king suited and raising it up to $1,000 here under the gun.
2.5x, nice.
Doc Hollywood and the low jack with ace 5 suited. Don't mind 3-bet or call in this situation.
I think I prefer calling with the recreationals behind, but it's still decent.
Stacked here, 150k effective with Mariano with queen jack of clubs. I don't mind call or raise. Both make some sense to me. He does decide to go ahead and call.
I like a raise for a linear range. So I'd squeeze this hand. I know, rare, actual Andy squeeze. Crazy, I know.
You know, I think in this situation, I don't mind mainly folding, but I would say every now and then it does make sense to put in.
This isn't a mix. I think this is just a pure fold, mate. Let's be honest. It's just Tara's being Tara's, to be honest. Which is valid, you know, but, you know.
Is feeling aggressive, and he decides he is going to bump it up, squeezing here in the small blind.
Memeing for the hell of it, you know.
$1,000.
For the lows, the ruffles,
with assorted trash, and the action now back over to Mariano. Ace King suited, I feel like you have to go ahead and 4-bet with Ace King offsuit this deep. These players are $166,000 effective at 124. I think with Ace King offsuit, I would put in a lot of calls here and 4-bet every now and then. But with Ace King suited, definitely a hand strong enough to want to put in the 4-bet and try and get some value from worse hands your opponent can have. After he does 4-bet, Doc.
I think we should be 4-betting here. I think the size is a little bit small given the stack depths. What were the blinds? It's probably got 400 straddle, yeah, because of the $1,000 open. I think we should be going like 20 here, honestly. And just putting maximum pressure on Taras's range, especially because he's squeezing hands like this, which is just like so far off the radar that it's just not needed whatsoever. I think 15 just doesn't get it done, to be honest.
Hollywood thinks about this ace 5 suited. It would be a kind of crazy spot to put.
Oh, he did go 20. I just missed the pink chip. There we go. Really I only see 3. Where's the other one?
There's no
Where's the other one? Hidden.
The fold, so you simply put half to just let it go. Also for Hook here on the button with queen jack of clubs. Look, obviously you want to see a flop when your hand is this nice pre-flop, but you don't always get that. He also does decide to let it go.
Doug, it's okay. You can change the intonation of your voice every once in a while. You don't have to just like. I mean, after this, I'm going to be interested, to be honest. I'm going to watch like an older one and see if he's a lot more enthusiastic. I remember him being a lot more enthusiastic, but it might not be the case, to be honest. He might just have always read out these hand histories like this. But yeah, I mean, he sounds like he really doesn't want to be there, to be honest. And maybe he doesn't want to be there with all the promos and everything on him. You can't see it, but he's got his Club WPT Gold sweatshirt on, his hoodie, Code Doug in the background. And yeah, maybe he just has to promote everything now. So he lost his soul along the way.
And now the action back over to Terrace with 7-5 of clubs. I would
There's
say
always time to get your soul
here,
back, Doug. It's fine.
you want
It's
to
fine.
just fold out of position with a hand like this. It's kind of close, but maybe a little bit too big to call, I think. Terrace, however...
I think when you actually get here, to be honest, not that you should get here with this hand, but these are probably the type of hands that you do want to be continue. You unblock potential straights you can hit, and it's a much better candidate than something like a 10-8 suited for obvious reasons, but even something like 10-9 suited is probably significantly worse than 7-5 suited here. The one downside is having the 5, you're blocking ace-5 suited, although to be honest, I don't expect Mariano to be 4-betting ace-5 suited against Taras specifically, especially if he has stuff like this in his range. He's probably going to be calling, and considering he's not folding here as well, probably not going to be 4-betting for any reason other than for with a linear range. So I would assume that this call isn't too bad considering, but you should probably be folding 80 to 90% here, assuming that type of range, unless Mariano starts exploiting by like 4-betting like pocket 7s or ace queen offsuit and those kind of holdings.
Has other ideas. He came here to play some poker, and he makes
Pocket
a
7s
call.
being a bad example here.
The flop comes Jack 6 Deuce Rainbow. This is as bad as it possibly can get for Terrace flopping. No pair, no flush.
I don't know.
draw,
You have
just
a
the
backdoor.
pivot card.
It's not the end of the world.
He checks it over to Mariano, who
It'd be a lot worse if it was king or ace high. I don't think it's the worst possible tool.
4-bet, it does make sense on dry boards like this to just bet your entire range in the flop, as you are going to have lots.
You can do, but a lot of the connectivity is going to be on lower cards, and you're definitely going to have pocket jacks in the flatting range, stuff like queen jack suited, ace jack suited. I don't like range betting here. I prefer mixing in bets and checks and actually not c betting as much as GTO would here, probably around 30 to 50% of the time, mainly because it's actually quite easy to continue in this texture. And maybe what's the SPR? I mean, this is part of the reason why I prefer going a bit bigger pre as well. I know they are giga deep in theory, but you know, these live games, they just play laughably loose. So potentially, I think that maybe going geometric 2, which is probably around, what, 120% of the pot here, and then playing checks. I'm putting like pocket queens, pocket kings, ace jack into that range. And then if you every now and then have something like 8-7 of clubs, you could put that in that range as well. And having mostly a check back range is probably going to be more reasonable here, if I had to guess. In terms of brain solving, using the old brain to solve, brain solve.
Jack 9 suited. All of those hands have connected with this board, and so you're going to have lots of hands for value that your opponent will simply have to check call. Essentially, if Terrace does have a hand like pocket 9s here, or queen jack, or 7s, or something like ace queen of hearts, all those kinds of hands often end up having to just check call the flop, and so 10k bet is certainly standard. Back over to Terrace, and at this point, you know, you came this far, but you gotta... Oh, God.
I don't mind this race, to be honest. It is very chaotic, but...
No. No.
Oh, this is probably copyrighted, isn't it? This music.
Come back.
I hope not. No, not the copyrighted music. No.
The turn comes the king of spades after Terrace check calls with the 7 high out of position 4-bet.
I thought you check check call isn't that big of a deal. Like I wouldn't have this hand here anyways, but you know, it's kind of whatever.
Once again, and now Mariano
what, 45?
$40,000 here on
yeah,
the turn.
40's fine. I've seen this hand before, but I don't fully remember it.
Slightly under pot size jam.
I tend to watch this stuff at like 2x speed whilst drinking some coffee or whatever, like with my brain half off. So
nothing. He has 7 high, no pair, no backdoor flush draw. He can easily fold the bottom of his hand, bottom of his range, and so
bottom of his hand.
Wait.
Oh, Doug,
What's
Doug,
going
why are
on?
you putting this in here?
No. What are we?
How is this music
What are we
not copyrighted, fam?
No. No.
Maybe it is. Maybe he doesn't want the remixes to happen. He's like, no. Don't do remix. Oh, Palm.
I've analyzed a lot of hands over the years. I've seen some stuff.
Guess what? Loose recreationals play loose and like a recreational. So when they randomly check jam 7 high here like this, it's actually pretty expected. And look at all the classic code dogs. There's more code dogs behind here as well. You know, playing it off as the joke. Look at the sweater. Ooh. And like, you just try to play it off as like the craziest thing in the world. Sure, because of how big the pot is, it is insane. And relative big blind seems a bit crazy. But this is the type of thing that recreationals do like to do. We see it in data. They don't do it all the time, but especially in spots like this, you do see some random pure air balls. And maybe he just went off the vibe that Mariano wasn't that strong. So he just kind of went with his gut, went with his read, so to speak, and went with it. But maybe he's just too rich to fail. So he doesn't care when he just slams this amount of money into the middle of the pot. But I know that Doug needs to kind of like play it off in a specific way, but you know, it's not really that big. If we turn this into like 10 zoom type stakes, like we've seen hand histories like this all of the time. So,
but the full ring 4-bet pot, 800 big blinds or 400 straddles deep.
Yeah, but it's not even then like you have to halve it. It's probably like 200 big blinds deep
all in
relative to the straddle
card.
because everything seems around doubled live.
This is a new one even for me.
Is it though? I mean, it's not that abnormal. Obviously for the amount of money it is, but
please let me know in the comments below.
We see it like 5 zoom, 10 zoom. I'm not that impressed, to be honest.
Shoes, you know,
it's pretty
you're
gutsy for this amount of money, but still.
You're not super thrilled about it, but your hand is simply too strong if you bet full.
Yeah, he's at top of range, so you can't fold.
And in Terrace's shoes, I quickly ran the range, and let me pull it up for you guys. It just says no. That's a really innovative feature we got over on Lucid Poker, huh? Didn't even
Another promo.
The response to after Mariano makes the call, it's a tough watch, guys.
Come on, man.
It's a tough watch.
I miss the old Doug, man. Let's see what the old Doug's like. Because like my days, man. Relax with the promos. This is insane.
All right, I'll tell you what, Terrace, this is going in the compilation.
I don't even know what he said, but
Mariano's going to win the biggest pot of the day.
he hit.
335,000.
He hit.
That was what they say. That is going into compilation. It just has to be.
That was all balls, is what that was.
Terrace did want a compilation of some of his best hands from the Lodge, which we might do at some point, but that will be for another time.
The Lodge, huh?
As for the show, well, things got a little bit degenerate. But that's not the only flip that happened. We actually had another flip a little bit later where Hook and Airball flipped, and Airball took the $100,000 before Hook.
Doug, man, like, this whole video is just promotion. And I refuse to actually keep recording because like it's literally all an ad. This is the most like blatant like advertising everywhere thing ever. And I don't know what happened to you, man, but like you don't have to have like 15 promos in the same video. You don't have to like keep advertising everything that you're doing all of the time. That was my phone, by the way. It's probably dropping in shock and awe. You don't have to advertise how degenerate your game is, how great the Lodge is. You have Lodge in really big letters like that. That's very interesting and very convenient. And it's just like I mean, what happened to you, dude? Like, why are you like this now? Why are you promoting like literally every single thing as much as possible? Why are you making videos like this, which basically just genuinely caters to broke recreationals who shouldn't be playing the game in the first place? And it's like, oh, look how crazy this game is! Ha 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 ha! Use code Doug today. Join WPT. Sorry. Club WPT Gold today. Yeah. It's just, I'm done, man. I'm done.